point, the Blue Jays will return to Buffalo. Excuse me, the Bisons. That means Salem Field will go back to being the home of the Buffalo Bisons. But as sports director Matt Bove tells us, this brush with the big leagues has some local baseball fans wondering if Buffalo could be home to a Major League Baseball team full time.
Hey, greetings from outside Salem Field here in downtown Buffalo. Plenty of fans lining up early to get into tonight's game. Obviously, people very excited to be watching baseball again in Buffalo. And since we learned the news that the Blue Jays were coming back into town, a lot of fans have been wondering, hey, could Major League Baseball work in Western New York full time? So we did some digging to try and find out.
This is what the Rich family put out for expansion. It's called the Natural for Expansion.
Inside this book, you'll find Buffalo's pitch for Major League Baseball. It's one of the many priceless pieces of Buffalo sports history in John Boutte's basement museum.
Stirrups included. Don't wear stirrups anymore, do they?
Bison's jerseys, bats, balls. Boutte, who serves as the curator for the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame, he has it all.
Last year was great. Historically, it was fantastic. This year is something different. Buffalonians get to experience Major League Baseball in our own city for the first time in a long, long time. So it's very special.
But Buffalo's baseball story was almost very different.
Buffalo was a lot closer to getting Major League Baseball than a lot of people actually know.
Mike Bellani knows the story all too well. He wrote the book on Buffalo baseball, literally.
Matt, it's almost like it's a surreal dream come true because we lived it. Bob and Mindy Rich were so passionate, along with Jimmy Griffin, our esteemed mayor, so passionate on getting this place built.
A few years after Pilot Field opened in 1988, officials from Major League Baseball visited Buffalo to see if the Queen City would make sense for big league ball. Buffalo came close, very close, but eventually lost out to both Florida and Colorado.
Look at all the revenue streams are. You know, television, parking, sponsorship, and you're up against, the Bills and the Sabres. So, I think the size of the market played into it. But then when that news came down that we didn't get it, we still went out that year and had the largest attendance ever.
Personally, in my own heart, I really think we're right where we should be. I think AAA is a great brand of baseball. It would be great to have Major League Baseball here, but boy, there's just not a lot of money here.
Buffalo certainly supports the Bills and Sabres, but baseball is an extremely different beast. For example, Salem Field seats less than 17,000 fans for a game. Even if the stadium doubled its seating capacity, it would still have 8,000 fewer seats than the average Major League park.
The revenue model has to change. That's what ultimately, unfortunately, drove the decision back in the late 80s, early 90s. To not bring Major League Baseball to Western New York. And while I was heartbroken at the time, as a dollars and cents proposition, it made all kinds of sense.
Major League Baseball doesn't have a salary cap. That complicates things for cities like Buffalo. And so does population. Compared to other smaller market teams in Major League Baseball, Buffalo is significantly smaller. In Buffalo's metro area, there's roughly 1 million people. Markets like Cleveland and Pittsburgh have 700,000 more.
Cleveland and Pittsburgh are still having troubles with their team financially. So whether or not that makes us a good place or a good investment for somebody to come in, whether Cleveland or Pittsburgh would have teams now if they had to get a new team, the answer is probably not.
But that's okay. Buffalo is lucky to have one of the best ballparks in all of minor league baseball. In fact, it serves as the model for Camden Yards in Baltimore, which is why it's even possible for the city to temporarily host the Blue Jays. And that will also be a big help to the businesses near the ballpark.
We're not going to see hundreds of millions of dollars of economic impact, but we could see a few $1 million of economic impact over the next couple of months.
Major League Baseball may never permanently plant its roots here in Western New York, but this next chapter of Buffalo baseball will surely be a memorable one.
For those of us who love and enjoy baseball, it is truly, a dream come true.
I think this is going to be phenomenal for Buffalo with the Blue Jays coming here, and I'm so looking forward to it.
So while Buffalo's baseball story is far from finished, we're about to start one of its most interesting chapters.
I mean, it's been how many years since this has happened before? 105, 106 years. Take it all in. Try to get a ticket. Try to get to a game. This may not happen again in your lifetime. Major League Baseball is played here in Buffalo.
And hey, remember, if you couldn't make it out to the game tonight, you have plenty more chances to see the Blue Jays. They play the Marlins again tomorrow. Then they have 3 games against the Astros this weekend, and then another series against the Yankees, and there is still a possibility they could be playing a lot more games here at Salem Field after that. So it's going to be a busy summer of baseball in Buffalo. We're outside Salem Field. Matt Bove, 7 Eyewitness News.
Nice story, Matt. Very interesting there. Well, we want to see your view of